Good evening everybody and welcome along to Inside Line Racing. Welcome to the very last ILR3 Xbox race on F1 2018 before we move to F1 2019, which comes out on Tuesday for the Legends Edition. I am Jess, and for the very last time this season, joining me in the commentary box is Jack. Hello Jack.
Hey, how's it going? I haven't really seen anything going on track at the moment, so we may as well just talk amongst ourselves.
Yes, we have got something to talk about in terms of the championship. Now, if you watched last week, Steerage did won that race because obviously Sam had a quali ban, so that means the gap is now 7 points in Sam's favour. So Sam leads the championship by 7 points. I'm on board with Smasher right now, as his gamer tag has been changed to LR Smasher, which I do believe he's in LR at the moment, so that is good. So basically, if Smasher outscores Steerage, he wins the title. So basically, that's what he needs to worry about. He doesn't need to win. As long as he doesn't have Steerage in front of him, he wins the title. But Steerage has got a little bit more to work for. Steerage needs to win with Smasher scoring third or lower. There is a possibility that it could happen if Smasher finishes second, but that will lead to a tie. But that is based on the amount of podiums, I think, or wins. And Smasher would have that favour and he would take the title if it was that way. So basically, Steerage will need to finish third, need to win with Smasher third or lower, basically. So I don't know who I have my money on, but I think at the moment, I think Smasher is one of the favourites, I think, to win. But Steerage could pull out a last minute surprise. We'll see if Smasher is on pole at the moment.
Oh, there's Smasher going across the grass as we're talking about him. Just across the corner going into the tight section, sector 2, the really fast right-hander. He's fine now, he should be able to recover, but I wouldn't go for another lap on those tyres and I'm going to spill my drink everywhere. Yeah, Callum Gio originally thought that was an extremely good lap, especially for a first run, because the track hasn't rubbed it in at all. And then Smasher Sam just bangs out a lap 4/10 quicker, so people have been practicing, it's safe to say. Callum G, great effort from him. AJH as well. I know he's on the super soft tyres, but to only be a 10th off the likes of Callum G and then 4/10 off Smash is a great improvement from what we've seen before. Hamilton and Steerage is the slowest of times. I don't think that's representative. I think he might have made a mistake or two. Although Steerage isn't one to start on the softest tyre, so he might have backed off on purpose.
Yeah, let me just check. He's on the Swift Supers fitted, and he said his best lap time on the Supers, yeah. So he should, I think, just get used to the track at the moment, and then he may start to pull out amazing laps towards the end. We'll have to wait and see. As we've got 3 tyres on offer today. We've got the Supers, soft, and the mediums. And it's one of those tracks where 2 stops could be faster, but we don't know. It depends on the platform and the drivers as well. So it could be varying today, and that's what I like. I think it's one of the races where I'll go a little bit crazy in terms of strategy, and I think it will make a difference for Sam and Steerage between winning and losing the title.
Even though, well, actually, we've got some of the hardest selection of tyres around Brazil because it is quite a heavy track in terms of what tyres you want. So, softest tyre, even though we've seen quite a few people set laps on them, I don't look very well upon them because of the high wear, they're going to overheat even quicker. So I would have thought the safest bet would be to start on the soft tyres. There's quite a few leaders are actually all in the pits at the moment. I think everyone else seems to be on in-laps. So I think the only person I see at the moment who is on a lap is FLA Kimsey, who I think had his debut in Japan. I'm not too sure how he did in the USA because I wasn't here last week. But from what I saw in Japan, he had a solid debut. So I'm looking forward to what he's doing here.
Yeah, Kimsey is now a full-time driver in the Force India, replacing Ninja Nuke now. So he was in the Haas in Japan, and then he got moved to the Force India in USA, and he didn't do too bad there either. So I could imagine, hopefully Sam and Kimsey had a little bit of a talk with each other in terms of the team game. So I think that's what helped Hamilton and Steerage last week to close the gap a little bit. So I think if Sam wants to put up all the stops to win, he has to have his teammate to help to make sure Steerage is nowhere near Sam, which I think he might do. I don't know, but I know Hamilton's going to help his teammate, but will Kimsey help his teammate?
Well, I would have thought so. I mean, neither of them. Well, Hamilton has had quite a bit of bad luck this season. I think FLA is getting out of the way for a Red Bull. We'll just see which one that is.
That is.
Oh, he didn't even get out of the way for
That's
either of them because
edited
neither of them
form.
on a flying lap. That was,
That's-
yeah, edited forward.
He's on his out lap anyway, so that didn't harm.
Yeah,
him
also on the
anyway.
super softs. So loads of people, I don't know, I think there must be lower wear than I'm thinking here because loads of people are banking super soft tyres in. It's either super softs or mediums. So people are either going very high wear and very fast or very low wear and not as fast. So it all depends how you can get these to work, to be honest, around here. It's locking up as well, Revolution, going into the slower Sector 2. Sector 3 really only consists of one corner. So there's not too much time to be gained there. Most of it's through the second sector. That's where we're going to be looking, just to see what sort of setups these drivers have got on the car, if they're more straight line speed or down to cornering, because everyone prefers different things.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if supers to mediums can be done. I think it could, but the mediums, like, you have to pick quite early and start on them. So if people start on the supers, they'll most likely do a two-stop, which will be super soft softs, which could work, but I think only if you're in the midfield, trying to gain some positions. But the Smashers on the supers, people probably do supers to mediums. Whoa, 107.1 from Smasher. That is where he wants to be right now. And I know he doesn't have. Oh, he's cut the corner. This is in lap anyway. Smasher doesn't need to win to get the title. He just needs to outscore Steerage, but he probably wants to win to get the icing on the cake, because usually the best champions usually win their last race anyway. So he is giving it his beans at the moment. He's hungry for it. He missed last race and he wants to make up for it today, and we'll have to wait and see. It looks like he's very strong at the moment.
It's just, I mean, Sam's probably been the force of the season, to be honest, because he came in, he hadn't done a season in ILR before. He came in and then won the first two races straight off the bat. I mean, beat both Mercedes straight out in Bahrain, which was a great effort. I think it's just some inconsistencies he's had in mid-season, a few incidents that he probably shouldn't have had in the first place, but apart from that, he's been solid. If he hasn't been in an incident, he's most likely gone and won the race. So after that ban that he had in the USA, he's going to come back strong here and maybe take another win, unless Callum G or Steerage or maybe even Hamilton want to interfere. Hamilton and Steerage haven't really put in the best of laps so far. Hamilton down in P7 on he is on the softs, but then again, I don't think there's a gap of 9/10, almost a second between the softs and supers.
It could be Hamilton could be playing the alternate strategy where Steerage will go for the faster tyre maybe.
Could be. Then again, if you do go on the faster tyre, you're going to have to go so slowly to make them last. You may as well have just done a two-stop or gone on the harder tyre in the first place.
Meanwhile, Steerage is going on the softs, which I thought he would never do, but he is. So he's probably going to look like to do soft mediums by the sound of it, which, if he's the one doing up on those strategies, he could make it work, really, to be honest. So, you know, I don't know.
Well, if that's what you want to do, fair enough.
Yeah, he's the one that can gain quite a few positions when he needs to anyway. He's wearing a gold helmet, which said hopefully he would bring luck. I do believe Smash has a little bit of tint of yellow in his helmet as well, so to bring them luck. Dragon Shally doing well in P3 on the supers. Their times are quite close, I've noticed today, between the top 8 at the moment. That's good. So they really want to end.
I'm going to look at the closest mark. Hang on a minute. Let me have a look.
Oh, look,
Let's do like the Supercharge Award, do an award for the closest time.
7th and 8th is quite close, and also 5th and 6th as well. They're not 5th
Yellow
and 6th.
sector
Not
3. I
anymore.
saw somebody improve there, but I saw the table jolt, but I'm not too sure who improved. I think it might have been Joker. I think he was last and he's gone up to P10, but I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
It might have been Joker actually, but I'm not entirely sure. Jack's still not set a lap time. Laser Gun is retired, so he might have binned it or something, or
Yeah, I saw a yellow flag to him in Sector 2 right at the beginning, and then his name got greyed out, so I think he might have binned it. Unless he's got a quality ban that we haven't heard about, which is unlikely because we're always in the chat. But
I would have been told. So I don't think it is a quality ban, but because there hasn't been much penalties I think last week given for some of the drivers. So, but there might have been someone at the subbing at the steward.
steerage goes P6.
So not bad from him. On the soft tyres, might I add, 7/10. So will he go into the pits now and choose for another set of supers, or will he want to go on the soft to medium strategy? I think he realises that the soft has the most grip, I think.
Who's Nomad?
Oh, someone.
Who's Nomad? Who's this? Who's this cheeky boy that's just joined us?
Oh God, hopefully he doesn't join in the race. That would be a disaster.
Well, restart will be definite if he's in the lobby, whatever happens. Yeah. But hopefully he leaves by the time this is all finished, because hopefully he can recognise that this is a league, and we don't want anyone a +1 in here. Does that make sense? There we go. There he's gone.
He's realised.
He heard me.
Yeah, well, he heard us. Yeah, he heard us. So quite a few people in the pits at the moment. Like I think the top 2 are in the pits. Dragon Shanley's going on a lap. Possibly, I think some of the guys are waiting for the last possible moment, which I think is crucial in Brazil. I'm not sure how long the pit entry is in Brazil, really. It's quite long.
It's a long entry. It's a very fast entry. Jason's not giving cause any case for concern because he's run out of fuel. It's a lot quicker than that usually, but trust me on that. But it used to be a straight line into the pits. I think they've made it a sort of chicane to slow people down going into it. I'm pretty sure before they had so many people speeding on entry, it just became dangerous. Maybe even if they had a brake failure or not. But yeah, that's the reason why it's such a long pit entry. A lot of time to slow down, and you can identify when maybe a driver in the front is going in, so you can give them space and let them get on with it. But ILRT Jason has retired from the session. I don't think he doesn't want to go again. No. You've only got one set of soft tyres, whatever strategy you choose. So, and he's used them, so that's probably why he doesn't want to go on supers. Because obviously on a controller there is a lot more wear. Jason is on a controller. Yeah. I'm going to be the first to say that this time. And yeah. Loads more people going on the supers than I would have originally thought. Wear around Brazil clearly isn't that bad. It's not as good as Russia, because Russia's just an outlier in how good the tyre wear is. But yeah. Dragon Chanley probably the standout for me in this session so far. That is a big improvement, and so from AJH as well.
AJH has had a few disconnections in the last few races, so it's good to see him up there in the top 6. It will be good to see his end this season on a high. I like to see an underdog do well in the final race, to be honest. One who doesn't usually score enough points and then boom, they go up into the top 5 or something. So hopefully AJH could score a surprise, or maybe Edited 4, maybe Joker, likes of Bibbin as well, I don't know. Jack really needs to get a lap in now. He's got 2 minutes to go, and hopefully he can get it validated. It's a very long outlet.
Well, we'll probably have 2 attempts. He will have 2 attempts at it.
He will.
Even if he does do more than 1 lap on those tyres.
Yeah, he doesn't have much chance to get it. I think because he wants to go on the top as well, he's only got 1 set of softs. So he's really got to pull out all the stops. Everyone's pretty much going out now. AJH, Revolution. Yeah, everyone is wanting to go out for their final laps now. And if you go out now, you almost guarantee you would get a lap in time. We've got yellow flag in sector 2. Who is that? Who has binned it? Nope, there was someone throwing down the other way. Okay.
Oh, Bibbin just went very... not Bibbin. Peanut just went very wide onto the Astro.
I think he's happy with it.
Sector 1. Well, I would be a 2nd place. I mean, instead of a lot of... Kevin G over the second half of the season has become really a major player. Beforehand, he was more of a midfield runner and occasionally he'd get a good result. Most of the time he'd be sort of 6, 7, just lingering sort of thereabouts. Well, not a bad drive by any stretch of the imagination. He's ILR3, can't be that bad. But AJH retires in a healthy 7. Good job from him. LMG, from Germany onwards, has been amazing.
Yes.
He's constantly been on the podium, pretty much. And if he's made a mistake, it's been a very minor one. And he's been clean with all the other drivers. So, props to the McLaren.
behind Hamilton. And I'm just looking at the gap. It is pretty much it's a 52-point gap between him and his next rival. So, but he can't catch third place, Callum G, but he almost certainly, I think, fourth place could be under threat. We've got ILRT Jason, but he's ahead of him now. So there's still a battle for fourth place on the cards in the midfield. So that could be interesting. The checker flag has fallen, and we're starting to see people go on their lap. I'm just seeing, and we do see a Red Bull bottling it. That might be edited forward, actually. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, it would be. Jason's retired.
Yeah, that is in the
That is midway through Sector 2.
Yeah, that's Sector 2 there. He's lost it. So I'm just seeing there. Oh, Smash is going to get a bit of a toe from Street Game in the McLaren there. So that's going to help him going past Young Cal now. He does need to improve that much, but he can really sediment himself to the top of the timing sheet if he can. Jack has retired. He's got a lap anyway. Whoa! That toe has really helped Smasher Sam.
Wow.
6.7. I've never seen anyone that fast in a while. That is pretty good. Dragon Charlie second. Steerage can't improve. What about Hamilton? Hamilton is on the super as well. Can he improve? Third. So again, he's ahead of his teammate for the second week in a row in qualifying. Edited form slowing down. I think he's the last person to go on that. But Smasher Sam didn't need to do it because he's already had pole. But he improved by a massive margin. I'm definitely not going to write him now. Steerage needs to put a hell of a lot of work if he wants to beat Smasher today. I think
the only way the only way I can see it happening is if Smasher makes a big mistake and maybe goes off in the first few corners and goes right to the back of the pack, and then Steerage has got to finish at least 6th to have a chance of getting past Smasher Sam, because that's going to give him 8 points, and he's 7 points behind already. So if he finishes 6th, Smasher's got to get no points.
Yeah, which is highly unlikely because most of the times he's done well, he's won. So it is looking very strong for him. I know I'm not good for predictions, but I'm going to say it now, and I'm quite confident in my answer. I think Smasher Sam has it in the bag. He's got it on pole. He's done well, and wherever he starts at the front, he pulls up a really good gap, and he gets no penalties. So he's on pole today with Shanley in P2, Hamilton 3rd, Callum G 4th, Kimsey 5th, Steerage 6th, Edited Form 7th, AJH 8th, Revolution 9th, and Epics rounds up your top 10 with Jason Biven, Street Gamer, Peanut, Jack, Joker, and Blazer Guns, your classified qualifiers. Blazer Gun did not set a lap time. It's going to be a close one, but Steerage he's not starting where he wants to be at the moment, but we'll just have to wait and see. Steerage and Sam are on similar strategies, so their teammates are definitely going to come into play tonight. As promised, we've got a cloudy race, like qualifying, so similar conditions. So it's not going to be as hard on tyre wear today, which is going to be a relief for the drivers.
Yeah. With the cold temperatures, tyre wear is going to be a bit higher because those tyres are going to be sliding all around the place. Maybe we're going to see those a bit of struggling, but not too much. Track temperature won't be that much cooler just because of the sheer just heat you have in Brazil, regardless of if the clouds are there or not. But yeah, it should be a good race. I'm just trying to think. If Sam gets away from the pack in the first few laps, I don't think you're going to see him again.
So, let us know your thoughts in the chat. Who you think is going to wrap up the title today? Don't forget, Steerage needs to outscore Sam by 8 points to secure his title hopes. Sam, Smasher, all he needs to do is he just needs to outscore Steerage, and then he takes it. So, I think we're just waiting for the drivers to readying up. It's taking a while for the drivers to readying up. I'm guessing they're choosing their strategy as we're on the formation lap. And let me just get tyres up. And so everyone apart from Peanut and Blazer Guns in the bottom half of the grid, they're on the softs. Now, I think that is the best move if you're outside the top 10.
Oh, good start, lads. Good start,
Kimsey
Kimsey.
disqualified.
Oh, has he hit steerage? No, he hasn't hit steerage. Steerage is still there.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if he's hit steerage, that would have made steerage's situation even worse.
because that would have not helped his tyres at all. But Laser Gun's on the mediums now. That is a gamble, I think. But he'll be on faster tyres towards the end. So Laser Guns really needs to get a good start. He hasn't had the best of starts in the last few races. So only time will tell. Edited Ford's been disqualified. Oh, God. Hopefully we don't get any more disqualifications, please. We were hoping to have a clean squad. Can we get all 17 drivers finishing a race? That would be an ILR record. Probably not.
Ugh.
But, you know, we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, no matter what tier you're in, no matter how good the drivers are, no matter where you're from, there's always going to be some sort of DNF in a race.
If it's a disconnect,
Always.
even if
Somebody's
it's
going to make a mistake at
disconnected,
some point.
could be a disconnect.
Unless you're going around a track miles apart from anybody else, no one's really pushing. It's not that many people in the first place. You're going around an easy track. That's the only way I can see everybody finishing. If you're going around a track like, say,
Monaco.
Russia, for instance.
Actually, no, not Monaco. What am I talking
No, Monaco.
about?
What are you talking about?
Oh my God! So a lot of people get what the hell?
I think the AI is just having a special moment because no one's in control of their cars. Like, not that far into the end of the third sector. So I think all of these disqualifications are a bit BS. I mean, only 5 people are still on it.
What game? What are you doing? Yesterday's.
Oh God, I want F1 2019 on Tuesday.
Me too. I've got the Legends edition, so on Tuesday.
Same. I just ordered it like 5
Right.
minutes before we started this.
Oh, cool. So anyway, we're about to get underway. Smasher needs to outscore Steerage today to win the title. Can he do it? And it is lights out, and away we go. And Sam's got a brilliant start, but look at Shanley on the outside of him as we've only got one retirement already. What's happened? Oh my God. And they didn't even leave turn 1.
Oh, look at Dragon Shanley.
And Dragon Shanley's in the lead. This is a crazy moment. Sam's up down into 3rd. So we've seen 3 cars collide into turn 1. And we've seen a change in lead
Oh,
as
he's gone
well. And
wide.
Sam's dropping.
Steerage
Sam's
is side by
dropping.
side with him.
Oh my word, Sam is dropping massively here. This is not what Sam wants at all. He's had a horrible start. And he's got AJ alongside him as well. This is a crazy start already as AJ has gone wide again. Oh my word, what is happening with this lobby? If we're getting a crazy race, this is the final race to do it. But Shanley has proved the critics wrong and he is in the lead. Can he keep it?
He's going very wide through Magullo there, which is, for reference, the second to last corner, which is at an actual corner, not just the kinks along the top. But I think Smasher Sam, originally, he didn't get that bad a getaway. He just got so bogged down coming out of the second corner. He got a bit of oversteer, went wide and let about 3 people through of the Toro Rosso, the McLaren and Mercedes or Hamilton. And then steerage went up his inside into turn 4. So he hasn't got anybody pressuring him from behind now. So can he start to work his way back up to the front? Because steerage now, although he will still lose by 5 points if they stay in these positions, he's got the advantage of track position now.
He has. So Steerage had a good start. Hamilton's had a good start as well. So, you know, it is very, very, very tight. And Smasher can't afford to make too many mistakes. And Blazer Guns.
That's Jason.
No, it was Jason.
Jason's had a
he
spin.
pinned it. I thought it was Blazer Guns for a minute, the usual suspect, but actually Blazer Guns is having a...
Savage.
Sorry, I feel bad for him now. But Blazer Guns has had a very good start, Blazer Guns. He's up into 13. What is that chaos? He started last as well. I thought he was going to get collected with Kim's street gamer, but no, he avoided it. So that is good stuff for him. If I was at the back and there was something going on in front of me in Brazil, there was no way I could have avoided that. So good to blaze against.
Callum G is actually starting to make a bit of a train behind him, surprisingly enough. Dragon Chan is actually getting away from the pack in the Toro Rosso. ILR2 Hamilton's got some DRS. He's on the inside line into turn 4. This should be relatively easy. He's got his car ahead and he's got the inside line. Yeah, he gets ahead of the McLaren. Now, is steerage going to have a go? He should be able to. Hamilton, if he plays team game, he should slow him down and get him out of the way. Of course, if steerage gets past Callum G, Hamilton lets him through, he will get 18 points. If Sam stays in P5, he will get 10 points. So if it stays like that, steerage will by 1 point.
Wow. So, steerage's best chance would be to win, but at this stage, this could be very, very intense right now. So, and one integral part, Sam doesn't have a teammate to help him now. Kimsey's out, so it is basically 2v1, which is not what Sam wants at all. Which I kind of feel bad for him, but
yeah. And
I know Hamilton did say to me, if push comes to shove, he will help his teammate out, and he didn't break his promise last week, and I don't think he's going to break it again this week. So it looks like he is holding up.
Steerage tried to sell the dummy in turn 4. He tried to sell the dummy, but Callum G didn't buy it, and he's still ahead. Callum G's good at keeping a level head. I mean, he was in the middle of that pack, if you remember all the way back to the Hockenheim ring. He was in the middle of that pack pretty much the whole race, and I don't think we saw a mistake from him, even a warning that whole time. He managed to come out in a very healthy P2, so we know the McLaren's good under pressure, so it's just a question of how and when steerage is going to get past him. That force India behind. As soon as he gets close, it just seems to slide a bit on the entry, and he just gets compromised all the way through the rest of the corner, particularly through the longer corners like turn 1 and the penultimate corner. And everyone takes a very interesting line that I haven't really seen before. It shouldn't be quicker, but is apparently. Everyone dips both of their outside wheels onto the grass coming out onto the last corner to get a better run, a bit like the old F1 2010 time trial line, which is interesting.
I did that yesterday.
When will Cody's learn that going onto grass does not give you more grip?
Anyway, Supercharge Award. I did see, because I think Peanut got past Epic.
It's still tied.
But
it is still tied. I've been monitoring it. It's between Joker and Peanut. They're both up 8, and they haven't changed since lap 2. Yellow sector 1.
And since it's the last race.
It's Bibbin.
And since it's the last race and we're feeling nice, can we just give them both it? Or shall we wait for
I don't know. We'll just keep it going.
Okay.
If the positions change, but
yellow flag.
Vaughan, edited Vaughan. I saw that. I was scrolling through and I just saw his Red Bull spear off right into the barrier. I don't think actually he's got any damage, so he might be able to carry on. He's probably going to have to come in for a change of tyres. He's going to let the Toro Rosso of ILR Bibbin past. Jason's a long way away. He's on the medium tyre. Is he going to go to the end? Brave if he is. But, yeah.
Yeah. So, apparently Edited Form didn't get a good start. So, that's what caused the pile-up we saw at the beginning. So, I think that's what's called... he is struggling.
Oh, he's gone again.
He's out. The Red Bulls are struggling today. So, it's a shame to end his last race like that. But he'll come back stronger, I'm sure, next season. And... will we get a safety car? I don't know, to be honest. But anyway,
probably not.
No.
He's parked in the Roman Grosjean corner, so I'm so sorry.
Hamilton's right at the back of Dragon, so he could potentially line up for a move or try and hold up Callum to get steerage. I don't know. I really don't know, because what happened last time was Hamilton was right up front and waiting for steerage to pass Callum. Oh, Jason got a 3-second penalty. So that puts him way down the order as well.
I wasn't awing at that. I was awing at the shape that Hamilton had going up past the last corner. He went on the power and he just got a big wiggle going up the hill. He managed to save it, keep it in a straight line. So that is good level-headedness again. Everybody in this pack just doesn't seem to be making any mistakes, and they're just being so good. But everybody seems to have DRS, so they're not really going to get benefit of DRS either. Who's gonna blink first? Who's gonna make that first mistake and give up a position?
Who's going to pit first? That's my question as well. But
Oh, yeah, good point.
so it is
Should be if they're going to do two stop, which is probably the most rational one. I'd say they'd go
now. Maybe.
lap 8, lap 9. It'll be now if the tyres are really bad and overheated. I would have said lap 8, lap 9, then two sets of reuse the ones that they had in qualifying, because they would only be a couple of laps old anyway, so it wouldn't really matter all that much. Highlighting Hamilton on Dragon Channing. Is he going to have a go? I think he's too far back at the moment. Yellows.
That's wrong.
That was for nothing.
He's further back at the moment. He couldn't get it through the centre S's though. As Dragon Shanley, he's struggling. Shanley is struggling, so Shanley I think will be pitting next lap. I'm sure of it. I won't be surprised. Hamilton is going to get the run on the inside. Can he get it into turn 4? Touching wheels again.
Bit of contact.
Bit of contact, yeah. That could allow Callum G through these two make a mistake, which will put Callum G in the lead. But Hamilton takes it. Hamilton again is in the lead of this race.
Shanley.
And Shanley
that was very wide. Well saved, keeping it on the track.
Oh, this is
Callum
close.
G, that was ambitious. That was very close. They managed to keep it off each other's cars and not have this Arab side pod glitch of death. But
Steerage almost had to move on Callum there. As Shanley.
Dragon Shanley getting tank slappers all over the place. Callum G capitalises off that as soon as he can. Pushes Shanley onto the grass. Shanley now, of course, is going to have DRS. Steerage goes up the inside of Toro Rosso. Capitalises off of the McLaren's move on him. Makes the most of it. Doesn't want to lose any time at all. This is IndyCar slipstreaming style now. Dragon Shanley trying to get in the slipstream of the McLaren, trying to steal it from Steerage. Steerage should be able to, but is Force India going to do a bit of an Alonso? And I don't think he's going to be wise to give up that position. It's still 3 wide, all the way through the centre S's. How come out of the...
That was crazy. Absolute crazy. What move. And Shanley's going for a move again.
Which I think, what's happening, Steerage is still ahead.
Steerage is third, which is, as it stands, Steerage needs to get P2 if he wants to get the
he's still going to lose by 2 points.
Yeah.
If it stays here.
Yeah, so it will probably mean if Sam wants to jump Steerage, he'll need to pit now, I believe. I'm surprised Shanley hasn't pitted now, to be honest.
Yeah, all of these guys are still going, to be honest. Yeah. By the way, Joker wins the Supercharge Award.
Oh yeah. See,
finally, he's up 9. Steerage up the inside of Callum. Is he going to do it? This could be a championship deciding to overtake right here if he makes this stick. Hamilton's already got a 2.5 second gap as a result of all this overtaking. Did he overtake under yellow flags? Because there are yellows, but I'm not sure if the game has registered that. But who did he get jumped by? Dragon Shanley has just gone straight up the back of Callum G, and that's ruined Steerage's time, because now he's gonna get that points deficit again, unless his teammate gives him that position.
Yeah. So knowing Hamilton will let Steerage through at the possible moment. Shanley is tight. He's almost collected Peanut. Shanley, man, needs to get together. He's pushing his tyres, and you can see his wear is not good. He's sliding all over the place. He started pole, now he's down in 5th. I think, Jack, he's pushing a little bit too much, and that's what's causing his tyres to degrade quite quickly. Peanut has lost it again. He's struggling as well. He's going to have Joker onside as well. This is intense stuff. Sam's closing up the Steerage as well, so great battle so far this race.
Yeah, it's just the question is, I think the two Mercedes and the Force India's pace are too similar for Sam to really make a difference for an overtake unless he really nails the centre S's. He just gets a bit too much understeer coming through turn 2. He falls a bit further behind the Mercedes. Yellows in sector 2 again. Dragon Shanley is in the pits. He's the reason he's falling down the order at the moment. Bibbin's out.
Yep,
so we're down to 12.
12 already, and Bibbin is not happy with that. Sam's closing up to Steerage though. He is
Yeah, I wouldn't think a move would happen here.
No.
It's too tight.
They're probably going to go into the pits now, probably. Maybe, or Sam will have to go to the pits. We've got a yellow flag again. That is Revolution, probably going slowly. But I think that's all I know of.
Seems to be a lot of like latent flags here out in the middle of nowhere for nothing. So I'm not too sure. I'm not trusting them all that much at the moment.
No, I'm not.
But I would have thought whichever top three still aren't pitting. Top three still aren't pitting. If steerage goes to, is he gonna go to the inside? They're just sort of trying to intimidate each other into a mistake at the moment. Hamilton's sort of starting to fall back into these guys. Steerage extends a little bit. That will definitely be a warning. I've got loads of warnings there in the past. There's no question a warning would have shaken its head at that.
Ooh,
he's so close to the back of that Merc.
Blaze
gun's out.
He is out. Like, I can see if I can follow Jake. Oh, Jason's lagging quite a bit for me. Oh, he's binned it in the cat. No, it was just before cat, young cow, actually. So that was unfortunate, but it's off the circuit anyway. But we're now down to 11 drivers. Oh my god.
I think steerage is dictating when Smasher's going to pit, to be honest, because if they've already done 12 laps on the supers, they might be able to just do a stint on mediums from here. Definitely, they would definitely be able to do that. I think, are they going to try and extend it a bit more to go on softs? That'd be far too much of an ask in my shoes, personally. But still, they're all staying out.
And steerage is almost in DRS range of Hamilton. He needs to find a 10th right now. He knows he has Smasher catch
Team swap, yeah.
So it could...
Team swap would be very difficult here because of how close Smasher's behind him. I don't think Hamilton could let steerage go. Hamilton could not let steerage go without letting Force India pass as well. So steerage is going to dictate when it stops. I think Smasher's going to, whatever happens, if they pit on the same lap, Smasher's not going to jump him. But if he goes one more lap, there's a chance he could. So I think whatever happens, he's going to have to pit on the opposite lap.
Yeah, he does. If he wants to go ahead of steerage, which is all he needs to put the pressure off Sam.
Oh, he goes on the inside.
Oh God!
Steerage is going to try and hang it around the outside, and he does. He scared him away from his teammate a bit. Back to the gap that was there a couple of laps ago. It was 1 point down to about 1.2, back up to 2.5 again as a result of that dive bomb. I don't think there's any damage, but Smasher Sam pits. And Hamilton as well.
Okay, so let's just see if any one of them gets what damage at all. Following Sam now. Seeing.
Tell you what Hamilton could do though, as a bit of a strategy, he could absolutely hold up Sam on this outlap as much as he possibly could to help out his teammate, because he's gone on the mediums. Sam's also gone on the mediums. So they're both going to go to the end. Steerage has stayed out for that one extra lap. It's just a question of how much slower are those mediums take a long time to warm up. At least a couple of laps from experience, I think most drivers can say.
Sam's already warmed.
But AJ just got a 5-second stop go. Joker and Peanut are battling up into Sector 2. I'll keep my eye on this for the minute. Is Joker going to send it up into the right-hand hairpin? No, he's not. Peanut gets a little bit of grass on that right rear tyre. Of course, he would be catching up to him by quite a rate of knots, because those supers would be absolutely destroyed by this point compared to the soft tyres. Crossover point would have been long before this point, probably around lap 10, 11. So I would have thought Joe could get past him anytime soon. Steerage pits. So has Hamilton held him up? I think he might.
Oh,
no, he hasn't.
He's got a 5-second stop go. That has probably ruined his chances, I think. Because it will be added to the end, I think.
I think he's going to come out behind these two as well.
Yeah, so...
I think he's going to come out ahead of Force India.
Yeah, but Smasher will be ahead on penalties.
It's going to be close.
So, no, Sam's
no, he's
ahead.
not. He's behind Force India as well.
And Callum G's got a penalty as well. I think the only person in the top 5 not to get a penalty is Hamilton and Smasher. So, props to them too for keeping it clean. knowing Sam will probably get... Let me just check... oh, screw it. It's the last race. I'll check penalties as well. Sam... Oh, he's got 2 warnings, and Hamilton has got only the 1. So, Sam, if he gets 2 more warnings, he'll get a penalty. But, knowing him, he'll try and keep it clean for the next 15 or so laps to make sure that he doesn't get a penalty. So, if it stays like this, Sam will get the title. So, he's playing
and
well
Sam's closing up to Hamilton as well, so I would have thought a pass is starting to brew between these two. So is Sam going to win at the Brazilian Grand Prix? Because, of course, if he wins, there's no possible way Steerage could win unless for some obnoxious reason he'd get disqualified afterwards, and there's no reason he would be at all. It's the only way Steerage should have a hope at the moment, or unless Smasher Sam makes a big mistake coming up to this.
Yeah, I think it'll get to a point where, but Steerage is quite hungry for it, but will he get to a point in the race where he'll just say that he'll give up? But I don't think he will give up, but I don't know. That stop go really hurted him, but if he pits now, it's going to cost him more time. So it'll be easier if he gets added to the end of the race, because that would probably work better for him. Even though he'll probably drop down a few. He won't drop down massively from where he is. He'll only drop up, I think, 1 place to Callum at this race if it stays like this. So that is not too bad, but that's going to be a huge deficit. If Joker's doing out, but he's on the alternate strategy. I think the only one that's still out on the alternate.
He's going to go on mediums. Here he comes.
Yeah, he's doing something.
Joker could make quite a few positions out of this. I think he'll probably come out in P8.
Yeah, I think
just
so.
Behind Peanut. I think Sam's just had a go at Hamilton into turn 1. He's had a much better run through the centre S's over the Mercedes. There's going to be a definite, at least a move here. Maybe not an overtake, but at least a move. Hamilton goes right over to the left-hand side to make sure the Force India doesn't get the inside line. Tries taking around the outside, and he doesn't. Hamilton pushes him onto the grass. That's borderline from the Merc, as far as I'm concerned, I think. But, yeah. All fair defending from my side, but it's right on the edge.
It's nail-biting stuff. No matter who wins the title, it's going to be an amazing feat. Sam would get his first title ever, I believe, which would be great for him, and that could really put him in good stead as well. And if Steerage wins, that'll be his 2nd title in ILR. He'll be the 2nd person to do it on Xbox. But, I don't know. Sam needs to get the move done now, because otherwise Hamilton is going to put full guns now for his teammate. And that is not where you want to be. So Sam's in a Mercedes sandwich right now. So
here comes Sam.
Sam's going to try and get into turn 1.
How good is the run going to be? Oh, it's an almost perfect line to the centre S's. No cutting, no wheel spin, no understeer. But although he does ease off, I'm not too... Oh, epics.
Joker's teammate is out.
P8 man. He's completely binned it on the... How's he done that? Who's the ILR3 Jason's car? And look where the Williams is.
What? How has he done that?
I'm not too sure, to be honest.
How?
Bit of an odd crash, but hopefully I'll see the onboard of that later, because I'd quite like to see how that happened. Unless he tried to go in the pits and completely overshot it, I'm not too sure, but yeah. Steerage has caught up to these two now, because if these 3 do move up to ILR2, which I'm pretty sure is going to happen,
almost certainly,
Sam and Steerage are going to go into ILR2 at the same time, both having won ILR3. Because of course, Steerage won it last season.
Well, technically Steerage, a lot of people moved up, because basically the ILR3 from last season...
Oh, he goes for the switchback. It's not going to happen. It's just a question of not if you get overtaken at this point, it's when. Because he seems to get closer and closer every lap. Goes to the outside line again. Goes into hot lap mode. I don't think Hamilton has ERS to defend. A big bit of wheel banging there. Sam's going to get so impatient behind the Merc. I think Hamilton's just trying to hold Sam up as much as he can for his teammate. His teammate is right underneath the Force India now as well.
Oh, look at this!
Goes for the dive though.
That was close again. I think Steerage I didn't think he was meant to make.
He's
try
not
again.
resist.
Oh, look at this. This is great
Sam's going to
stuff
go around
from
the
rivals.
outside. And then maybe retake the move down to the Bugalo. No, he doesn't. Steerage goes back round the outside. What a move that was from the Burke. Normally,
Wow.
if you go flat out through there, especially on the mediums, and he's got fuel as well, he's got he's going to have so much more just weight and less grip. Hamilton's going to let him pass. He's going to have to be careful not to let the Force India through as well.
Oh, Hamilton's
Sam going to go straight around the outside. No, he doesn't.
I thought it was a mistake for letting his teammate through now because Sam is so behind. But with those two battling, that will allow steerage to pull away that deficit. So
That's exactly what they've done.
yeah.
Hamilton was trying to hold up the Force India. This is a result of Kimsey being taken out at the beginning, and I think that was a really odd incident with Kimsey going out. It stuck. Kimsey off the line, he did the formation lap fine, and he just didn't move as the lights went out. I'm not sure if his wheel disconnected or what.
And I was reading in a chat that he did take full responsibility for that crash. So at least he's owning up to it.
Fair enough.
At least he's not like, at least he didn't blame someone else. I think it's a final race.
No, he's got no one else to blame, really. It's his wheel.
Yeah,
But,
I
yeah.
think he made a mistake which costed him a little bit. So it is good to own up to your mistakes as well. And Sam's going to try and have a look once again. Still just 5 seconds ahead. Oh, it's going to... Oh, Hamilton almost went for a move on steerage there.
He went right over back to the race. He didn't go back on the racing line, but he pretty much left room only for his car. The rules, technically, are a bit grey. It's sort of like you've got to leave space for the car, but just leaving space for the car isn't really enough. You've got to leave space for the car and a bit, because you can't always get that exact line. And so you've got to leave a little bit of caution at least. And I think that's exactly what Hamilton did.
Yeah, and Sam is still... To be honest, Jack, it is nice to see the top 3 in the championship fighting it out for guns a-blazing, really. On the last race, it's just awesome. Like, they're challenging each other, they're going out all for strategy and stuff like that. It's just, you know, great stuff from both Steerage, Hamilton and Smasher today. If it goes like this, I think all 3 can come out with their heads held high. And I'm almost certain Hamilton could be in ILR3 next season, but he hasn't had the best of seasons.
Well, if this drive carries on, then he should be.
Yeah.
Because for me, I think he's been driver of the day so far, in my book anyway. Because he's just done everything right.
He's helping his teammate quite a bit, actually. I think he's helped his teammate more.
Oh, he doesn't want to catch his teammate. He doesn't want to catch his teammate on the straight. That's just going to slow him down so much.
And that's going to help Sam possibly get the move, maybe. So, does Sam know...
I think what he needs to...
Does Sam know about... I'm sure Sam doesn't know about steerage counters. He only gets told about the driver behind or the driver in front. He doesn't get told about the driver ahead of him. And the game doesn't know there's a championship to contend with. So, Sam thinks that it's over for him, but it's not. If it stays like this, Sam would get the title still by 2 points, if not. So.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why he's still pushing.
Actually, no, at this point, Steerage was actually finished behind Callum G. So, or maybe even Dragon Shanley, depending on what happens.
Oh, Hamilton! That was close between the both of them again. Touching wheels again. Oh, this is going to be tight. As Hamilton. Defends.
Sam hasn't got the drive.
Sam's going to get it. No, he's not. I thought he was for a minute, but Hamilton takes it. Hamilton's strategy has worked out perfectly. 1.5 seconds. So
I think what Hamilton needs to do is to stall Force India more in the second sector where he can't get past. Slow down more in the centre of the corners where you can't adjust your line and get around the outside or inside. But yeah, I think if he holds it up more in the very slow corners, the 2 right hand hairpins and the sort of 180 left hand one, he'll definitely start to pull out. Hamilton going a bit wide there to get a better exit onto the main straight. They both got really, actually no, Sam's got a lot more ERS on his Mercedes power unit. Both the Mercedes powered, not that that matters because we're all on equal cars. Just thought I felt need to point that out. But let's go around the outside again. Hamilton tries to hang on again. Is he going to go back around the outside? A lot of wheel banging. Neither of them gets a penalty though. That's surprising because they both track extended then, both on the inside and outside. Hamilton down onto. He's got the DRS this time actually because he was behind him going through turn one where the DRS protection is. Callum G is going to catch these two. And so's Dragon Shanley probably. Smasher Sam going up the inside into the fast rounder. Hamilton really got the grip on that Mercedes at the moment.
Yeah, he is pushing his tyres to the limit, but he knows when to conserve it as well. He tries to conserve it where he can get a bit of clean air as well. And Joker's got a 3-second time penalty, but that's not going to affect him that much, I don't think. So I think that's his only penalty. Fastest lap so far is actually set by Dragon Shanley, so no one has beat that. Peanut's got another penalty. Only a few people have not got penalties, so it is a penalty central track at the moment for these guys. We're not really that surprised. As Hamilton's closing up the steerage, I don't think he was meant to do that, but I think, you know, I think he could potentially still.
Callum G's going to get DRS. Callum G's got DRS. There's about to be a fourth car onto this train, and there's going to be fourth car in the championship as well. And also Dragon Shanley's starting to catch back up as well, but he is on the soft, so I think he's going to have to actually stop again, to be honest. But yeah, he's going to catch up to this train and then probably pit a couple of laps later, which is a bit of a shame. But he should get back P5 because Joker's on age-old mediums.
I think if it stays as it is, because Jason's in 9th, Callum will get the time, P4 anyway, so as long as Callum finishes ahead of Jason, he should be fine, which he is. So that, because he was way at the back of the field in the championship to start with. Now he's like competing for 4th place. It's just, I think my drive of the season, I think, most improved anyway.
Yeah, Callum's got to be the most improved driver overall. Because before, again, I said he was sort of P8 to P12, sort of. If everybody finished in P8 to P12, sort of meandering around there, not really getting all as much as he could have done. Because we've seen what he could do. He's not getting as close as he should, because he has been.
Callum's allowed Callum
So he's
to
going to
catch
get.
up massively.
Yeah, that's going to give Callum an opportunity. He hasn't got the legs on it. No one's even got the legs on Hamilton or Sam at the moment because he didn't catch him up adequately enough. He gets very close to the back of that Force India, and now Sam's main worry is McLaren behind, not the Mercedes in front.
So Callum can potentially get P.
And Dragon has pitted again.
Dragon has pitted then, so he's on the soap. Yeah, he was doing a 2-stop. I thought he was. Someone has joined the session, but that's not going to affect us in any way, so that is all right. This is insane a battling between these guys. As Callum he's on fire at the moment. He's also a potential driver of the day as well. He's qualified for, he's staying for, and he's catching up to these two. And Hamilton's trying to hold up Smasher Sam.
So steerage is 2 seconds ahead now. If Hamilton keeps up this, he's not got it.
They've been battling every lap so far. I'm sure Sam's going to get the move done now, surely. Are they at the outside?
I still don't think he's close enough. That Mercedes is just so quick in a straight line that he's not been able to get around the outside. The McLaren goes up as well.
Look, what a move from Callum G. He capitalised on Sam's mistake. Oh, what?
Oh.
That is not what we want to happen. Sam's left the session.
That's
we don't
a bit of a killjoy.
Yeah, well, the championship decider last night got decided quite early on due to someone getting held up in the pit lane. If this happens, this is not how I want it to end, with Sam disconnecting like that. That's going to drop him massive. Oh, he's joined.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, for you. Thank you, Lord. Because Yeah, I don't want it.
Well, Steerage is over 5 seconds ahead now of Sam at least, but with that penalty, he's still going to go down to P3.
Sam's going to push. Oh, he's still ghosted for me. Is he still ghosted for you?
He is ghosted for me as well. Yeah, he is still ghosted for me, so he hasn't fully joined back yet, I don't think.
No,
he's still in the process. Maybe.
He's joined the session, but he needs to ready up and get in and join. He can join as, take control of the car.
Yeah. I think if he does lose this, that just lose the session completely. That just sums up F1 2018 in a nutshell. Because he's now 7 seconds behind.
It'll be the second race in a row for the championship decider where the championship has been decided by game glitches. That is just awful. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's lagging in and out of the session at the moment.
It gets to a point. I feel so bad for Smasher Sam right now. This is not. I don't want it. To be honest, both these drives have been good, and this is not how I want someone to lose a championship by the disconnect. I mean, it's a shame.
Even though there's only 10 cars on track at the moment, he hasn't completed 90% of the race, so he wouldn't get any points either. It would be classed as a DNF.
Oh, wait.
His AI's gone into the pits. That's it for Sam. That is it for Sam. That is it for Sam now. He's lost it.
Oh no, that is very unfortunate. Hopefully, if he doesn't, please don't hold up in the pits. Oh, thank God for that. Okay.
The Dragon Shanley's past him. Joker's side by side with him at the moment.
No, actually no. They're still going to battle in the pit exit maybe. So I'll just see if Sam's AI he's taking control of his car maybe. Let's see. I'll go on board with him and see if he's back.
No, he's not.
No.
Oh, he is. He is. He's unghosted, but he's a long way behind now.
Way behind. So at this stage, I think what I'm going to predict Steerage say. This is not how Steerage would want to win the title. I don't think he would want to win it fair and square, wouldn't he?
Yeah, of course. If a good battle gets taken away, it just seems a bit of a killjoy moment. It's not really enjoyable. You just feel a bit like, if you feel a bit like, for me at least, that the win's sort of been put in your lap, and you don't feel like you fought for it. Yeah. So Kanji, by the way, has just gotten past Hamilton, but if he does catch back up to Steerage, that doesn't matter, because with Sam only getting 6 points, Steerage should still get 18. So he'd still win by 5 points.
Yeah, it is going to be close. It is going to be absolutely tight. So Sam needs to get a foot down. He really does, because otherwise it's going to cost him quite a bit. So, can he still do it, or is it game over for Smasher?
Yes, unless there's a last-minute safety car. Even then, if there is a last-minute safety car, Steerage would pit in for supers. So I don't see Sam coming back on this.
And one thing, has Callum G...
Yellow Sector 3, question mark.
I'm just going to check.
That's for nothing.
I'm just going to check the standings quickly. Has Callum G won a race this season?
I think he won once. Can't remember where it was though.
I will check. I'll check the tweets, because that will be
I'm not sure.
Because let me just check. Callum G, has he won? No, he hasn't. He did.
Oh, he hasn't.
He did. No, because Japan he won, but he got penalties, so Sam took the win in Japan.
Right, yeah.
So that will mean
somebody outside the top 3 win in Silverstone, or am I making that up?
No, Stu's won in Silverstone.
Oh, okay. So I wasn't here, and I saw loads scenes everywhere after I came back.
I swear you were. I can't remember.
No, I don't think I was here. I wasn't here for US or UK runs.
Yeah, I know you weren't here for US.
I don't think.
And I know you missed one race, but I completely forgot what race you missed. Anyway, let's get back to the race. A potential battle for P2 is still on the card, because I think Hamilton, if he gets cut, that is interesting. Gap's now 6.2.
What was that?
So Steerage could still
Yeah,
win.
I think Callum G's burnt out his tyres trying to get past the Merc.
So the penalty is gonna be I think it's gonna be a relief that he's trying to. He's having a race for his life here, but he knows it's not over, so he's got to push. But he can conserve a little bit as he's gone off the curb a little bit as well. So, you know, if Steerage wins the title, which is looking 99.9% likely, he'll be the second man on ILR Xbox to win a title twice. Overkill's won ILR2 twice. Steerage could win ILR3 twice. So he could join the likes of Overkill's, which it'll be an amazing feat, won't it? To join a prestigious group of only 2 people in Xbox. 4 people overall in ILR have done it. 2 people in Xbox. That'll just be an amazing feat. But Callum, he's got to find 1. Steerage could Hamilton could go past Callum at this point, but I think he's concentrating on helping his teammate a bit more as well. So, I don't know. It'll be great if
Callum G's actually starting to catch back up to him.
Yeah,
So he caught up by about 4 tenths that lap.
I
don't know if Steerage is just starting to take it carefully, because even if Callum G does get past him, he's still going to finish ahead, albeit only by 1 point at the moment.
Oh yeah, the smash has gone up to 5th.
Hang on a minute. Wait. And if what I'm thinking is correct, Dan could still be in with a chance.
He can.
It's not correct. It's not. Callum G's got a penalty anyway. Never mind.
Also, Callum G's got. Oh,
he'd have to get within 2 seconds of him.
You ruined my hope. You ruined my hope. I wanted Callum G to win this race.
I just checked Steerage's penalties as well.
It's a final race. I'm allowed
this
to be
is really.
biased, okay? I won't be biased.
I'm getting.
I won't be biased.
I see Hamilton in the background, even behind the pause menu, going back at Callum G anyway. So that was actually a relatively civil move. He didn't even need to go into the braking zone to get that done.
Wow. So I think Hamilton's going to hold up Callum. Oh, this is going to be absolutely intense. This is going to be very intense. As Callum G's going to take the outside line. Here we go.
Back round the outside again. He's just doing a bit of swapsies at the moment.
The battle for the race, I've got to say, has gone between Callum G and Hamilton. They've been on fire. Probably the battle of the season, I think, between these two.
Big save from Callum G going into that fast right-hander, and he managed to hold off a Merc going into
because if Callum G gets P2
right-hand hairpin
in this race, surely, due to his big improvement, surely he could get an ILR2 next season as well. So, I think
if he doesn't, it will be only 1 more season in ILR3 before he does. And if he does stay in ILR3, I can see him as a definite title contender next year.
Yeah. I can see him challenging for the title. So, would he sandbag to try and stay in ILR3? I can see that happening.
If Shandy keeps up the form he's had today into next season, we'd probably have a fight between Shandy and Callum G next season. If nobody else joins, and maybe Jason will join in that battle as well.
Yeah, that would be insane. So if this is the case, this could be the last time we could commentate on the top 3 ever, really. I know you said that last season, and they stayed in ILR3. Well, technically moved up, but you know. So I'm not going to say anything more. What has been your favourite moment of the season, Jack?
Well, this has been my favourite race.
Yeah,
definitely.
I agree. I was going to say
just
Austria.
Because of the amount of changes we've had.
I was going to say Austria was my favourite race, but I think after tonight, definitely today, mainly due to Callum G and Hamilton's battle, and also the scrap for the midfield as well. So Joker's gained 10. Joker's having a very good race so far in the Williams. So
I think it was just that big good first stint that he had on the soft tyre, I think, which put him in a really good.
Yep, he gets it this time. Maybe. Oh no, Callum challenges him.
Ooh, bit of hesitation from them both.
Steerage starts the final lap. It's not the way that he wants to win the title, but it's a title that he wants to win. And he's had a challenging couple of races, I've got to admit. and he's had a challenging season. It's not been easy. He won it with one race to go last season. This season has gone down to the wires. Hamilton and Callum still fighting for a position. This is insane. This is insane stuff. This is crazy. Oh my God. I don't know who to watch because steerage is going to come across the line soon, go towards young Cal. That 5-point deficit is not going to make a difference. Flashed in Sam. Steerage can celebrate. Here he comes across the line. He is a double ILR3 world champion for the second season in a row. He had to work for it. It is going to be a Mercedes 1-2.
Oh, Callum G and Hamilton.
Oh my God. It's going to be a Mercedes 1-2, but there was a photo finish on the line. It would have been 1/10 of a second if Callum didn't get that penalty. Wow. So Callum gets it a final podium, Shanley in fourth. That's the result. And I think Sam had trouble joining back because he's in the pits again. So that's going to drop him down even more. But yeah, steerage came out against all the odds tonight to win from second he came from a 32-point deficit in from Japan to USA, and then he got the win last time out to get it down to 7. And now he's got a 10-point lead in the championship to win the title. It's turned on its head. It's insane.
Yeah, I do feel quite bad for Sam though, because he did get that.
Yeah.
I mean, if he didn't disconnect, he'd probably have.
He would have won. He would have won the title if Sam disconnected. Sam, if you are watching this, I think you have done so. I'm actually going to clip it and put it on Twitter because I'm a nice person like that. But Sam, if you are watching this, I will mention you in a tweet. You have worked so hard. You were on for that title today, and I felt so bad for your disconnection. Do not give up, mate. You have done so well to actually challenge the Mercedes this season. Has been great. Just continue your hard work. You've been awesome, and I think you will get a title. He will get a title for sure. It's a question of when. So I can see the improvement for Sam, and in his first season in ILR, he's done a great job. So props to Sam on that one if you're watching this. So here we go then. Here are your final standings. Steerage has won the title with Hamilton in P2, Callum in P3, Dragon Shanley in 4th, Revolution in 5th. Good result for him. Joker up 10 places. Actually now 11 due to Sam's unfortunate disconnect. So he is done well. I think Joker and Callum, I've got to say, driver of the day, and also Hamilton as well. AJH 9th, Peanut 10th, and your non-finishers, Epics, Blazer Guns, Bibbin, Jack, Edison Form, Kimsey, and Street Gamer. Now, we're going to get our top 3 into the party for the very last time this season. I think, to be honest, 3 very deserving podium sitters today. They worked their asses off. And I'm going to be the first to say it. They've been cracking blue. Sorry, I had to say that. I had to say that. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Getting into stuff.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. Oh my God.
Right. He's joined the gang.
Right. Has everyone joined the party yet?
Oh, I haven't invited anyone. Hang on a minute. Give me a moment. Shall I invite
I'm literally...
Sam as well?
Yeah. It depends if Sam wants to be invited. Ask him if he wants to be invited first. Talk about his season, maybe.
I'll invite him anyway. If he wants to join, he can. If he doesn't, then he doesn't.
Yeah. Because obviously Sam has put on a great fight as well. It'd be nice to hear from his perspective anyway.
I can't find anyone in the recents. Give me a minute.
Right, you've got to find Callum G as well, haven't we? There's Callum G.
I've got Steerage.
Steerage has joined, Hamilton's joined.
There's Callum G.
Okay, whilst we invite Callum
Pauline,
G,
I don't think
because
that's his
Callum
name.
G's third, we have got to start to speak to our race winner again, and for the second title in a row. It must be bittersweet to win a title like that, but a title's a title. How do you feel for beating out all the odds today to get a good gap to win the title?
Yeah, obviously it was pretty hectic race. Some of the incidents are obviously quite hard to avoid at times, and obviously everyone wants to try and prove a point in the last race. But yeah, I mean, obviously for myself, it's a bit of a weird feeling. Qualifying was not ideal. To be honest, I didn't expect everyone to go on the supers. If I'm honest with you, and I saw people qualify on the supers. And so I think I had to react really to Sam. I knew I had to beat him, and that was my aim, was to beat Sam. And then if it was enough, it was enough. The race start was pretty scary as well, obviously being in that position. I saw a car to my right, I think it was Kimsey, I'm not sure, but someone didn't move. So I kind of took to the outside and just...
I think Edison Thorne didn't move either as well.
Oh, okay. Alright.
And then
yeah.
Kimsey made a mistake as well. So I think that probably...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't really... Yeah, I mean, it was difficult. It was really difficult. And yeah, I just took to the outside, kind of just tried to stay clean. I mean, to be honest, I was running more of a race setup. I said to Hamilton and Quali that I was a bit disappointed with my lap. Obviously, to be in sixth on paper looks really bad. It does look bad to be down in sixth. And obviously Sam getting the pole with, well, it was an unreal lap. So, I mean, the pressure was all on me, I think. And to be honest, I didn't expect to win, which kind of helped. Yeah, I managed to keep my nose clean. Obviously, me and Hamilton tried to play a bit of a team game. I tried to give him DRS to defend from Sam as much as he could. I couldn't really see what was happening between them, but I was just trying to focus on myself. And obviously, the coming into the pits was honestly the moment I thought I'd lost it. My rear tyres were just completely gone, and when I went into the pits, the rears just locked up, and I nearly crashed completely. Obviously, I got the stop go, but I was lucky not to completely crash. It was almost like Hamilton 2007, so it was pretty scary. And then, yeah, what can I say? It just worked out. Obviously, it's really unfortunate for Sam he disconnected, because I think it would have been really close. Because I think him and Hamilton were literally switching positions all the time. So if he'd stayed connected, it would have been a different story. So firstly, I want to say, sorry to him. Obviously, he drove just as well, if not better than me, so he deserved it as well. But his time will come. He's a great driver, so I'm sure he'll get his chance. And yeah, obviously teammate, great job as well. He's obviously helped me massively in the title fight, and Callum G with another great race from him. So, and yeah, just it's been a fun season, bit testing, but yeah, it all worked out. So.
What has been the highlight of your season? Because it hasn't been very easy. You didn't start off you didn't start off winning the first race like you did your form last season. So what was been your favourite race, and what's been your most difficult race of the season?
Favourite race, I would say probably Britain. I think winning the home race and obviously closing that gap was a nice feeling. I think I drove probably the best I've driven there. So that was probably my favourite. Hardest race, definitely this one. Obviously Spain was a bit of a write-off, but then that was the game, not my fault. I lost 25 points for nothing in Spain, in my opinion. The game just completely screwed me over. But obviously this race was mentally way more tough. Obviously, yeah, trying to do a Hamilton 2016, basically. It's not very nice. No one wants to be in the position, but it's a credit to Sam for putting me in the position that I feel horrible, because he's driven brilliantly. So, as I say, it's a shame for him. I do feel that, but yeah, someone has to win, I guess.
And you're going into the new F1 2019 season coming up in about a month's time or so. How are you gonna approach that? Are you just gonna, because it is gonna be a new handling model? So what are your expectations? Are you hoping to stay in this tier and get up a third one, or are you hoping to move up and get a challenge from the guys that have been in ILR3 for a long time? What is your What is your plans?
Yeah, I mean, the new game, we don't really know what it holds. Me personally, I feel like I've achieved some good things in league racing. Obviously, I won the ILR assist tier last year. I've now won the second line only tier. And to be honest, I'm actually probably going to turn the line off on the next game as soon as it comes. I'm hoping I can do that and run completely no assists. If I drop back on pace, then it happens. But I just feel like there's not really a lot left to race for with the line on. I mean, I don't mind not winning, and using completely no assists. It's what I've always wanted to do. It's taken me a couple of years to get there, so we'll just see how the new game goes. But I just hope that all these guys that have raced in Tier 3 stay with us because they've been brilliant and the numbers have been exceptional. I just want to say that from a coordinator point of view, that the numbers we've had in this tier this season has been really, really quite something. I think the lowest attendance we've had was 16, I think, in the first race, or 17, which is amazing, and it just shows how much the guys love racing here. So I really appreciate all of them for turning up and racing every week, because honestly, for me, that's the most important thing, is having fun and racing. I've absolutely loved it. So thanks to everyone in Tier 3 for such a good season, and we hope you'll be back on the next game.
I can echo what you said. It's been absolutely amazing to commentate on you guys this season, and good luck wherever you go, whichever tier you go next. Fingers crossed for that. And I think because we're speaking about the championship, I may as well break tradition and go to not second place in the race, second place in the championship. You did really put up a very good fight all season, Sam. You've been absolutely amazing, and it must have been a bittersweet moment towards the end there. But tell me, how was the season for you? How was the season for you? Because you were challenging steerage for quite a long time.
Well, I need to look at the bigger picture, and the bigger picture is that steerage got more points, and that I feel like I've improved massively over the course of this season. I feel like I've improved steerage as well, so just got to take the positives. Obviously not the way I wanted to end it, but I did get one of the pole laps of the season. I thought it all came from my first banker lap. I got a really good bank lap in, and then I could just build off of that. I drove a really good first two sectors, and then in the final sector I believe I got a tour from Street Gamer, which gave me a couple of temps. But yeah, good lap. And then at the start I got pushed out wide through turn one. It was hard but fair, and then I received front wing damage. I don't know how. I just, at the end of lap one, I looked at my tyres and it said I had yellow front wing, so it must have been through turn 4, I think, where I got pushed out. But I'm happy losing to steerage. He was a better driver over the course of the season and well into him, but I'll come back stronger, and hopefully my internet won't fail me next season.
Yeah, but it's a very cruel way to end it, because I think you were challenging Cam for quite a lot that race, to be honest. But let's forget about the negatives and think about the positives. What has been the highlight of your season? If you were to pick out of all the 11 races of the 10 races that you took part in, what has been your favourite race and your standout that you said, right, I enjoyed this?
It'll have to be a mix-up between Australia or Bahrain. Australia because my first race in the tier and I wasn't expecting much, and then to win it in my first race, that were a good feeling. But also Bahrain because I feel like that was the race that I dominated the most. I couldn't get past Hamilton in the first stint, but once I got past him, then I were able to pull away. But it's been a good season. I've really enjoyed it, and that's the main thing.
Going into F1 2019, is it making you hungry to get a title in ILR? Because I'm almost certain it's going to come soon.
Yeah, well, as Steerage says, I'm thinking about turning the line off for 2019. I've tried it before, but I just couldn't get enough confidence on no line. I've been trying over 18 on and off, so I'll try my best, and yeah, whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, well done both Steerage and Sam, putting up a very good fight as well, and but best of luck for next season. So let's go back to the normal interview process. We're going to P2 in the race, which is Hamilton. Very, very good race from you. You were playing the team game pretty much for all the race, to be honest. It was mainly about helping your teammate, really, this race. So you must be happy with the outcome of the race.
Yeah, this race was all to do with steerage. Coming into it, we had the mindset of working as a team, and we knew what we had to do from the get-go. Um, just got to say that it's so unlucky that Sam disconnected, because me and him were having an absolute ding-dong battle for God knows how many laps.
Loads of
But
laps.
yeah, it was just teamwork. Yeah, and especially when I had to trade the lead with steerage, that was quite heart in mouth moments, as Sam was going like 2 million miles an hour faster than me, so I had to defend. Otherwise, it probably would have been over. And then I'm just glad that my race last week has actually come out and been helpful. Because if George didn't manage to win the title, I would have feel a bit robbed from him, and he would have had to give me a Freddo. But yeah, like this race though, like as soon as I heard George got or Steerage got the stop go penalty for him being a bit stupid into the pit lane, I was just so mad with him. 'Cause I thought he was bottling it, as he always does. 'Cause he's known as the biggest bottle job in ILR. But yeah, it's just such a shame for Sam, because I feel like he's got lucky in some parts, not getting damaged by some things, but it's racing at the end of the day, and it's just a shame that internet has been the cause of him losing out on a title.
What has been, because obviously you weren't challenging for the title this season. What has been your favourite race? Surely the only race when you got in, I think was it China, I believe. Was that your favourite race, or did you have more enjoyable races?
Well, China was also a good one to start off the season by winning in one of the first races, and but I don't think that was more fun. It was just like a necessity for the season. I just needed to win at least one race. But I've got to say, USA was quite fun. Even though I was just out by myself for ages, it truly showed what my pace was like. So I'll just say that's the most fun.
And your most difficult race?
Well, there's been so many. Don't have time to list them all. I would say Britain, to be fair. After getting a good qualifying and the tiniest bit of contact with Sam, it was literally just a racing incident, and I ended up becoming Vettel and just spun around for no reason. But yeah, coming back after that, it was just hard work, and I knew that I was out of the championship as soon as that happened. But yeah, there's been a lot of difficult races, and I'm just happy that George's or Steerage just ended up winning the title, and Mercedes have won the constructors.
Yeah, so you definitely got a bit of glory with getting at least one title this season. I'll say that again. Going into F1 2019, what are your goals for next season?
Well, like Steerage said, turning off the racing line, going into F1 2019 on a clean slate, no assists whatsoever. And yeah, just looking to improve my qualifying pace, to be honest, because I've always been quite bad in the dry qualifying.
Yeah.
If it's wet qualifying, I feel like me and Steerage are very strong and unbeatable at times. But it's just dry qualifying that I really need to work on. But who knows, it might be completely different for the new game. Just looking to have fun in, hopefully, Tier 2. But you never know, I might stay in this tier and try and win a title, because I'm getting sick of not winning.
I'm almost certain you're probably, after your amazing drive tonight, I'm sure you're probably going to get in Tier 2 next season. But we'll have to wait and see. Finally, we'll speak to Mr. Consistent Podium, I must say, Mr. Callum G. I think you've got so many podiums in the second half of the season. I've seen a massive improvement from you to end that season on a high, battling with Hamilton for pretty much the most of the race as well. How do you feel for ending the season with a podium? You must be happy.
Yeah, definitely happy. I think, considering what happened, I think was at the Toro Rosso. I think at one point, I think a little bit lucky as well, obviously with Sam disconnecting. I was really unlucky. But, I'm not complaining. I felt a little bit of luck in the end, but, it's nice to end the season high.
Yes, because you were pushing and pushing, and it looks like your tyres were nowhere near dying yet. How difficult was it to try and get past Hamilton to possibly get P2 or possibly the win, maybe?
I don't think it was really ever on the cards P2 or P1. I think it was just more trying to pressurise someone into a mistake. I had that 3-second time penalty I got, which was kind of a bit rubbish, but you know, that kind of just happened. And I knew obviously Hamilton was trying to make that gap with Steve having the 5 second stop go, so Hamilton was kind of defending for his life a little bit, but it was all clean, it was all fair, and I don't think I would have got that second place anyway with that penalty.
I've asked this before, I'll say it again. Surely the second half of the season was definitely a turning point for you. When you got your first podium, what changed to suddenly you starting to get more consistent results and points?
Well, it was mainly my internet. I think I had such bad internet the first few races, and then I kind of got it going. I think Austria came fourth, and then my wheel didn't work for Britain, and then Germany. It was just kind of like, I think I always had it there. It was just finally it came out, and I managed to kind of get a bit more consistent. So I don't think anything really ever changed. It was just finally I managed to show my pace a little bit more.
Yeah, and so do you say Germany was your best race then, or did you have a much better race?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Germany.
Yeah, I thought so, because I think we were speaking in a party together, and you were lost for words for getting that podium. It was great to see as well. And going into F1 2019, I can possibly see you being a threat to the title next season if you stay in this tier. Be absolutely good if you go into ILR2. Are you going to turn off no line like your competitors, or are you going to just keep it on and hope for the best?
Yeah, I'm going to keep my line on. I don't think I'm really too committed in practicing that now. Obviously, if the kind of bigger boys go up, a title chance is kind of on. But then obviously new people will come in as well. So you know it's kind of all up in the air now. So I think it's a little bit too early to be thinking about that now anyway.
Yes. For any final words, Jack, before we end the stream for the final time this season?
Yeah, it's just great job from Steerage and Sam. That's that battle all the way up. And for backing him up, and Callum G on yet another podium. And well, that's it really. I'm just looking forward to F1 2019.
And me and Jack hopefully will be back next season, commentating again for
Oh yeah,
Xbox.
GG Callum.
Oh, we haven't finished the stream yet. But thanks for everybody that's tuned in throughout. Oh, God. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in to the stream throughout the entirety of the season. It's been great to watch the debut of the second second line only tier. It's been awesome to watch these drivers all race long. We'll be back for Season 6 of F1 2018. Make sure you join us. And if you do want to sign up, sign-ups will be open, I believe. I think it'll be mid-July or something. Sign-ups will be open. So check out the ILR Twitter for that. And there's also more ILR races happening on Sunday if you want to check that out. But until then, have a good evening, everybody. And for the very last time, this has been ILR3 on the Xbox side. Have a good evening, and we'll see you for the opening round in Australia in about just over a month's time.
4 weeks' time.
Yeah, 4 weeks' time, yeah. See you soon. Bye.